afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. A little cooler outside. We'll get to the weather in just a bit. But first, flames engulfing a recycling plant north of Madison for the second time in 2 weeks. We have a live report.
Also, the bells toll in Uvalde, Texas, marking the one-year anniversary of the school shooting where a gunman killed 19 children and 2 teachers.
And hail and farewell to Tina Turner. The legendary singer died today at her home in Switzerland.
But first at 4 and breaking now, firefighters from numerous departments are on the scene of a fire at the Columbia County Recycling and Solid Waste Center. That
facility is southeast of Portage, but thick black smoke can be seen rising from several miles away. Our Armin Rahman is there. Armin, what's the latest?
Yeah, Mark and Susan, what we can know so far is that this is upgraded to a 5th alarm fire call, with crews responding from as far as Prairie du Sec, over a dozen right now, and well over a dozen fire engines as well. And for the past 20 minutes that we've been out here, they've been in and out, likely going back for more water to their respective fire stations. And as you said, that smoke here can be seen from miles away. I was driving here into DeForest, just entering DeForest, and I could still see the trail and the long plume of black smoke. And behind the recycling center there, it's wafting over many different houses, many different, properties and ranches. Now, this site was just the site of another fire roughly 10 days ago, which the director of the Recycling and Solid Waste Center said was likely from a lithium-ion battery that caught fire. However, we have not heard any confirmation as to what may have started this fire, but we'll be here all day for the latest updates. For now, live just southeast of Portage, Armin Rahman, channel3000.com.
Armin, thank you. Much quieter scene here. Some geese enjoying the day. Dry as a bone are the weather words, though. Greg's in the backyard, and we could use some rain.
Yeah, unfortunately we could, but I don't see anything that happening in the next 7 to 10 days, even just slight chances. So overall, we're dealing with dry conditions. We had a cold front come through last night or this morning, so overall we're seeing clouds that are beginning to increase as they push further south, but we're going to see overall bigger picture-wise. You'll see that cloud band up to the north behind the cold front is beginning to push southward. So we'll see increasing clouds this evening, but no precipitation expected with that. Along with those winds will be another factor. You can see the precipitation right now is just well to the north, and even that's probably not reaching the grain as clouds are like about 9,000 to 10,000 feet. So that's what we're kind of dealing with, a northeast or easterly wind at the surface. Temperatures, big difference between west and east. As you go southwest, they're in the mid-70s. As you go closer to the lake, they're struggling to get to the mid-50s. So definitely that lake effect is having an impact on temperatures. Overall, about 70 degrees right now in Madison. Those winds have been gusting over 20 at times, even stronger, mid-30s as you go towards Milwaukee areas. So that's why they're dealing with those temperatures that are only in the 50s right now. So overall tonight, we'll see the winds die down. The temperatures will decrease back into the 60s. But all in all, not too bad of an evening. The cloud cover will increase, and as we get closer to midnight and thereafter, we should be back into the 50s. And then by tomorrow, as you wake up tomorrow morning, we should be back into the mid-40s, even a little bit of low 40s up to the north with plenty of cloud cover. That's the one thing we'll deal with. But tonight up to the north, they do have some frost freeze. I'll break down if we're going to see any of those colder temperatures actually tomorrow night, as well as we'll see another swing next week where we might see our first 90. I'll explain all that a bit later in the broadcast.
It's spring in Wisconsin.
Yep.
All right, Greg, thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Paid family leave. It's been a big push for Democrats in the state capitol.
But where does it land as lawmakers are writing the next 2-year budget? Political reporter Will Keneally is live at the Capitol with more. Will?
So we've been looking at workforce here in the state capitol as the Republican-controlled budget writing committee approved millions of dollars for things like youth apprenticeship grants. But Democrats pushed to include a study that would see if there would be any benefit to implementing paid family leave here in Wisconsin. Now, speaking with business owners today, they said that they would see a benefit.
If you're looking at these two places that are pretty similar in lots of ways, and from climate and those kinds of things, they're pretty similar. I would probably choose the one that has more safety nets in place.
So Governor Evers included paid family leave for state employees in his budget draft. Now that was taken out among the policy items Republicans promised that they would scrap in an effort to start from scratch on the state budget. Now Democrats want to expand paid family leave to everyone in Wisconsin. And we'll have more at 5 coming up on exactly what the details of that plan are. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Well, thank you. We'll see you at 5 o'clock. Tina Turner, the unstoppable superstar, has died at the age of 83. She teamed with her husband, Ike Turner, for a dynamic run of hit records and live shows and survived her horrifying marriage to triumph in middle age with a chart-topping What's Love Got to Do with It. Turner's manager says she died Tuesday after a long illness in her home near Zurich, Switzerland. We'll look back at her storied career a little later in this newscast. Well, today marks 1 year since a gunman entered a classroom at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, and killed 19 children and 2 adults.
President Biden remembered those lost and called for Congress to act. CBS's Danya Backus reports.
Memorials and murals around Uvalde honor the 21 lives lost. For Veronica Mata,
it just makes me feel at peace when I drive by and I see it.
Driving past her daughter Tess's mural and visiting her gravesite is a daily routine.
I have a picture of Tess on my nightstand, and I just look at it and I just tell her, Tess, give me the strength, baby girl, help me get up. Help me get up today.
In the year since the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School, Veronica has joined other families in the fight for answers and change. And for survivors like AJ Martinez, who still has bullet fragments in his body, life will never be the same.
My old son got left in that classroom. This is a new son I have.
Yeah, I agree. I don't joke around. Sometimes I laugh.
376 law enforcement officers from more than 20 agencies waited for 77 minutes before breaching through a classroom door to stop the shooter. The mayor of Uvalde, Don McLaughlin, is still waiting for the results from the local district attorney's criminal investigation.
In 1 year's time, I've had not one briefing, not one.
President Biden used the 1-year observance to once again call for meaningful gun legislation.
How many more parents will live their worst nightmare before we stand up to the gun lobby?
Mata hopes other parents will never have to find out.
All right, baby, we'll see you later. Love you.
Danya Backus, CBS News.
The district attorney tells CBS News she'll determine whether to recommend any charges once the Texas Department of Public Safety of the Texas Rangers finishes its criminal investigation.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will be taking to Twitter tonight for the official launch of his presidential campaign. The super PAC behind DeSantis has released a new video ahead of the announcement that he's running for the Republican presidential nomination. DeSantis will make it official during a live appearance on Twitter with the platform's owner, Elon Musk.
It'll be the first time that something like this is happening on social media and with real-time questions and answers.
DeSantis will be joining a growing Republican field that includes South Carolina Senator Tim Scott and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, who released a campaign video ahead of DeSantis' announcement, calling him an echo of former President Donald Trump. Among likely Republican primary voters, the most recent CBS News poll shows Trump with a lead of more than 30 points.
Negotiations continued today on raising the debt ceiling, but there is still no deal in sight and only 8 days remaining before a potential default. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says the two sides are still far apart, but adds that he remains hopeful. The biggest sticking point remains spending. Republicans are demanding cuts. Democrats are offering to keep current levels.
I think we can make progress today. I'm hoping that we can make progress.
They put forward an extreme package of devastating cuts that would slash support for education, law enforcement, food assistance. The list goes on and on and on and on.
Progress will have to come quickly to write a bill and pass it through both chambers by the Treasury Secretary's June 1st deadline. Lawmakers say they are still planning to go home for the Memorial Day weekend, but Speaker McCarthy has told his members they need to be able to get back to the Capitol within 24 hours.
Well, it's summer when Madison Beach is closed. due to blue-green algae. Public Health Madison and Dane County officially declared Spring Harbor Beach closed today after confirming the presence of a blue-green algae bloom in recent days. Over the past week, algae has started to cover other parts of Lakes Mendota and Monona as well. Blue-green algae, which is primarily caused by elevated levels of phosphorus in area lakes, can cause symptoms like nausea, rashes, and respiratory issues in adults. When ingested, the toxins can cause more severe sickness. And another sure sign of summer, road repairs. Traffic on the east side of Madison will be affected by changes to Atwood Avenue starting today. The street is being worked on to repair and reconstruct curbs, gutters, as well as adding a new multi-use path and new street lighting and traffic signals. Traffic will continue to be restricted to one northbound lane on Atwood Avenue between Cottage Grove Road and Oak Ridge Avenue. The southbound lanes of Atwood will between Fair Oaks and Oak Ridge Avenue. Sugar Avenue may be used for local traffic only.
It was a special day for a class at Henderson Elementary School in Madison. They received a class set of rollerblades thanks to the Play Every Day campaign. That campaign was started by the Madison Public Schools Foundation as a way to help schools make some basic purchases like soccer nets, basketballs, and jump ropes.
Just hearing the last student I was working with, they're like, I'm doing it, I think I'm doing it. And it's just like seeing that, you know, if they didn't have the experience in physical education or in their communities to try this, they may never have thought like, oh, let me try rollerblading as a way to have fun, to be healthy, to be interacting with friends. So.
The foundation started fundraising last summer with a goal of $250,000. To date, it's raised over $175,000. Our Call for Action team is getting you help on managing hidden fees, monthly subscriptions, and a lot more. You've probably forgotten about a fee for a service that you signed up for, and it turns out there's an app for that. We're talking to financial advisors about how to make sure that you're only paying for what you want to pay for and staying on top of hidden fees that you may want to cut out of your life. Stay tuned for our Call for Action report. That's coming up tonight at 6.
Officials for the Green Bay Packers and Green Bay leaders said today plans are already underway for the 2025 NFL Draft. The city was selected to host the league's biggest offseason event on Monday. Packer president and CEO Mark Murphy says he expects around 250,000 people to visit over draft weekend. There have been discussions with Amtrak about adding rail service to Milwaukee, and providing the ice on Lake Michigan has melted, cruise ships may bring fans to Green Bay. As for the possibility that it snows.
So Peter O'Reilly from the league, he and I were talking. I said, Peter, what if it snows? He goes, that would be great.
The Packers organization expects the draft to make a $94 million economic impact on the state of Wisconsin. The NFL is expected to make its first site visit next month. Where are they putting 250,000 people?
Exactly. It is the frozen tundra. I agree. If it snows, that would just be.
Well, it's the end of April. It could.
Yeah,
it could.
It's true.
Well, thanks to a relatively mild winter, we could be in for a lot of ticks this summer.
Ticks are more than just an annoyance. They can lead to Lyme's disease if not treated and treated in time. We'll have some tips so that you don't get ticked off this summer. There's some good writing there, Mark.
You're welcome.
When Live at 4 continues.
This is it. Ashley's Memorial Day 72-hour mattress sale is this weekend. Come see the newest iComfort Eco and save up to $900. Plus, guaranteed best offers on top mattress brands with 6-year special financing store-wide. This weekend only at Ashley.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
Makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Memorial Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
The Memorial Day 72-hour sale is Saturday through Monday with a preview day Friday at Ashley. Get outdoor furniture starting at $4 per month, sofas starting at $6 per month, and so much more with 6-year special financing store-wide, only at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back, everyone. It was nice to be out on the patio.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful afternoon.
It
yes.
feels great out here. France has banned all domestic flights for trips that can be made in 2.5 hours or less by a high-speed train.
Yeah, the government says it's essential to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from the aviation industry, but critics claim trains are already preferred among many travelers. Only 3 local air routes have been discontinued so far. Jeffrey Sachs, director of Columbia University's Center for Sustainable Development, says the ban is not enough to achieve decarbonation.
And the point is that if we're systematic about this, which we have not been, decarbonization is actually economical and practicable, but it doesn't just happen by itself. It needs regulation, it needs pricing, it needs R&D, it needs planning.
A Clean Transport Campaign Group says the affected routes represent just 0.3% of all of France's flight emissions.
Well, with the summer season just about here, the travel website known as The Points Guy is out with its annual list of the best airlines. And for the 5th year in a row, Delta Airlines walked away with the top prize. Points Guy CEO Brian Kelly says when they compile this list, they look at cost, availability, and frequent flyer perks, but perhaps most notably, reliability.
You know, that's something we can all agree on. When you buy an airline ticket, especially an expensive one these days, you at least need to get where you're going, and Delta shines there. They are the best run operationally.
Well, here's how the other top airlines were listed according to the Points Guy. United is number 2, followed by Alaska Airlines, American Airlines. Southwest is in 5th. Hawaiian Airlines, JetBlue, Spirit, Allegiant, and Frontier round out the top 10.
Stocks continue to slide as debt ceiling talks drag on with no deal in sight. The Dow Industrials fell 255 points. The Nasdaq lost 76. The S&P 500 was down 30. Well, warmer temperatures mean a lot of us are going to spend more time outdoors.
Yep, hiking and walking and taking the dogs outside. And tick and mosquito season in Wisconsin starts right now in May. It runs from now until September. and it's expected to be a very bad year.
Yeah, ticks are more than just an annoyance. They're a potential source of serious illness. Lyric Bartholomew is a professor at UW-Madison and director of the Midwest Center for Vector-Borne Disease. Thanks for being with us today.
Hi, Lyric. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
What's a vector-borne disease?
Oh, it's a pathogen that's transmitted by a bloodsucker. So the things that are transmitted by mosquitoes and ticks that you might be familiar with, like Lyme disease that you mentioned earlier, and malaria, for example, West Nile, those are all what we call vector-borne diseases, things that are transmitted by animals that suck your blood.
Well, tick season starts now in May, and why is it expected to be a challenging year this year?
Well, I think we are looking at numbers right now from some of our team members that are around the state looking at what ticks are where, and what we're seeing is that it is the season, and we're starting to see the ticks that are most dangerous when it comes to Lyme disease.
Deer ticks?
So, deer ticks, exactly. Also sometimes called black-legged ticks. Those ticks are coming out, so we're right at the cusp. The timing is perfect for this interview. We're starting to see the type of tick that actually transmits Lyme. That's what's called the nymph stage, and they're really tiny. You might remember that these things are like sesame seed size, and so they're hard to find on your body, and everybody wants to be outside enjoying the outdoors, and so that combination results in people getting exposed and maybe not finding the tick in time to prevent transmission of Lyme.
Where do the ticks hang out?
In the leaf litter. So they really like to be in places in forested areas. You know, if you have a backyard that is abutting a beautiful forested area, there may be ticks back there. Our team was out in the Arboretum today looking for ticks. We find them along the trails in the Arboretum sometimes. You know, Wisconsin's such a great place to be a tick, unfortunately.
So a lot of times they can attach to your dogs or to your pets, and also to you right away, or are they transmitted from your pet to you?
Sometimes they'll crawl off of a pet onto you. I had that happen this weekend. I was out in Richland County, and there was a tick on my dog that moved on to me. I guess I was more delicious than my dog.
So the tick prevention, the dog doesn't prevent the tick from being on the animal.
That's right. It takes a while for the animal to feed, or for the tick to feed on the animal, and then the tick will die and drop off.
And the little deer ticks, how do you get them off?
Yeah, the best way to do it is with a really fine tweezers. So you grab them right where they're touching your skin, right where their heads or mouth parts are touching your skin, and pull them out.
And what should you look for?
Yeah, you look for something that's off, right? So it's not one of your own freckles or moles, and it's dark brown or black, and quite small, really like sesame seed size.
Generally exposed skin is not going to be getting under your clothes.
Well, you know, if you have some entryway, a tick will get there. They're clever little beasts. So this is why we recommend that people actually tuck their pants into their socks. It's not very fashionable, but it prevents the ticks from crawling up your pant leg. And sometimes we see them in places like right along your hairline. It's a nice warm spot, right where they have access. So you got to kind of look all over, unfortunately.
And quickly, mosquitoes. Is it going to be a bad year for mosquitoes as well?
Well, you know, our mosquito season really depends on your weatherman's predictions. And so I think we're going to see a lot of mosquito activity potentially this Memorial Day weekend as it gets warmer. We want to be outside, and so do the mosquitoes.
But they need water.
They need water, that's right. So we're waiting for rain.
And they kill more people than all the other vector-borne.
Yes, all the other animals.
Any animal, sharks.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible to
I know,
think
it's
about.
amazing.
Well, Lyric, thanks for being with us today.
Enjoy your summer.
Yeah, right.
Have a great summer.
Thank you, Lyric. Great to see you.
Yes, thanks so much for having me.
Well, as we told you at the top of this newscast, legendary singer Tina Turner has died.
We'll have more on her remarkable life and career when Live at 4 continues.
We're kicking off Bob's Summer of Savings in all my stores coast to coast this Memorial Day weekend. Celebrating over 30 years of furniture fun in my now 165 stores across the United States. So come join the party, because I've got new collections you won't want to miss and treats for the whole fam. Plus, get Bob's discount on my highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more, with financing options to fit your budget. Get your home summer ready during Bob's Summer of Savings this Memorial Day weekend. I've saved you a seat at the party, and a sofa, and a bed, and a
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This Memorial Day, order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Take a look at this. Calling all Kyles. It was the battle cry from a small city of Kyle, Texas, which pulled out all the stops to try and break the world record for the biggest same-name gathering ever. Piles of Kyles from miles around, even as far as Canada, contributed to the impressive 1,490 Kyle count. Unfortunately, that number fell short of the previous record of 2,325 Ivans, who gathered in Bosnia in 2017.
Ivans is harder to rhyme with, though. You do miles and piles of Kyles.
From miles away.
And it is Fleet Week in New York City. The annual parade of ships started arriving early in the morning on the Hudson River. The parade is the first of many events in New York City honoring veterans over the next week. Fleet Week was held every year since 1984 until, of course, the pandemic in 2020 and 2021 when it was held entirely virtually on social media.
That's
not quite like the real thing. It is something to see. Have you ever been there, Greg?
No,
I have
not. No.
Our resident veteran? No?
Well, I'm Air Force. So
He's not the
Navy. So my grandparents were Navy too. So unfortunately, and then my son's Kyle too. I guess he needs to go down.
Oh, there you go.
Next year you got to go down
he's
to
in college, so I guess he didn't get his trip down there to.
Oh, next year.
Yeah, next year.
Put it on the calendar. All right, we were just outside of the patio. Boy, what a great afternoon.
It's nice. It's actually seasonal right now. It'll be cooler tomorrow, but the one thing we're not seeing right now is rain. Unfortunately, it's not looking that great for the next several days for that. And maybe 90 next week. I'll break it down after the break.
So your credit isn't the greatest? No problem. We offer guaranteed credit approval on vehicles you actually want to drive. Yes, we'll even guarantee your credit is approved. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom for the yes.
Find your inspiration with Wisconsin Vision. about our $99 prescription sunglasses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
What's at the top of your home improvement list? Did you say better insulation? Because better insulation makes everything you do in your home better. Even just walking in the front door on a hot day. So get ready for summer now with USA Premium Foam. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower.
And right now, during Home Improvement Month, our labor is free. You pay for the foam, and we'll put it in for free. But that ends May 31st.
USA Insulation.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle. Not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin.
With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we are proud to offer negotiation-free upfront pricing. Upfront pricing means you can put your armor away. There's no battle with scary salespeople here. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom, for the yes.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, as we mentioned, we really could use the rain right now, but unfortunately we're not going to see much of it in the way of it in the next few days. As you see, basically the map this is the last one. We'll see an update here in a couple days, but it's just still in Iowa and further west is where the conditions are, but I would assume that's going to increase here as we go on for the next issue that'll be out tomorrow. Overall, if you look at the bigger picture, that's where the drought conditions are further south. But over the past 45 days, we haven't seen much in the way of temperatures have been fairly warm, but then cool period as you go back to further in April. Unfortunately, you look at rainfall, minus the 5,300s that we had a little over a half inch in the 8th. We haven't seen much going back until we had that little bit of a wet spell in April, so we definitely could use it, and we are running about 2 inches below average what we should be for the month of May right now. We're not going to see much of that in the next probably 7 to 10 days. Smoky, hazy skies occasionally, no widespread precipitation probably through next week. There is a slight chance we might see a shower or thunderstorm towards the end of the work week next week, but once again, that's a slight, and that would be hit and miss too. Definitely not everyone would see something if we do get it. Temperature is cool. We could actually see some 30s, some frost, maybe up to the north of Black River Falls, up to those areas, climbing back to the 80s this weekend. And yes, we probably could see our first 90, at least in Madison next week. But for this afternoon and evening, more increasing cloud cover. Our temperatures will fall back into the 60s. We're not expecting any type of precipitation with this, but it will produce cloud cover overnight. Temperatures will slowly fall back until we get into about the 40s, mid-40s, upper 40s as we get closer to the morning hour time frame. As you see, the winds will die off. Tomorrow will start off with cloud cover, but then we should see plenty of sunshine throughout the day, but it will be cooler still with that east wind. So temperatures once again, mid-60s, you go Madison, colder as you go further to the lake. Warmest spots will probably once again be southwest Wisconsin, which should climb back near 70. And then really tomorrow night is where we're going to watch closely. As you notice, the temperatures, as we get closer to Friday morning, could be upper 30s, mid-30s up to Black River Falls, those areas, but I think Madison will be right around in the low 40s or upper 30s, so something to keep in mind of the things that plants outside. They might need covering come Friday morning, given those temperatures will be fairly quite chilly. Friday should be warmer. We'll start turning those winds around from the south, so we'll climb back into the 70s, which just sets the stage up for when we'll be in the 80s this week. Overall, if you look at the big picture for threats, really thunderstorms, heat, or strong winds, all of it stays just to the west as we go through Memorial Day. Eventually, over time, it's going to start creeping our way eastward. But by the time it gets here, like Tuesday, Wednesday, it's just a slight chance we might see a shower or thunderstorm. Once again, this pattern is not anything that we'll see widespread once we get the thunderstorms over here by next maybe Wednesday or Thursday. So by that time, 90 degrees, the heat will be out to the west. We'll get a piece of that too coming. So all in all, it's a dry forecast pretty much throughout the 7 to 10 days. As you look at the 10-day forecast, you can see mid-70s. We're looking at Friday. We'll climb back to near 80 on Sunday, and then we should see the climb up to the upper 80s to near 90 as we get closer to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And there is that slight chance we might see a shower or thunderstorm, but this is not a significant rainfall pattern. So unfortunately, many areas may go the next week, 2 weeks without rainfall, and right now the soils aren't liking that, so the drought conditions we'll have to keep an eye on that, because I think you will see more of that develop here soon.
A lot of evaporation.
A lot of evaporation, a lot of water stress. A lot of it's going up in the atmosphere, not much is falling to the ground right now.
And not a drop on that extended forecast.
No, unfortunately, even if we get one of those two coming at the end of that week, it's a very hit and miss. Precipitation summertime is very convective, so not everyone gets it. And that chance, it'd probably be like a 20% maybe.
But a nice holiday weekend.
Yes.
That's a positive. It's not hot, it's not raining. A lot of times it does that, so Memorial Day weekend should be fine. Unfortunately, yeah, we just don't need the rain.
Good. All right. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Well, as we reported at the top of this newscast, singer Tina Turner has died at the age of 83 after a long illness.
She was known as the Queen of Rock and Roll, famous for her songs and her unmistakable dance moves. Bradley Blackburn has more on her remarkable life and career.
Tina Turner was loved by millions of fans. Born Anna Mae Bullock in 1939, she grew up in poverty in Nutbush, Tennessee. As a teenager, she started touring with Ike Turner. They married in 1962, recording hit songs like Proud Mary. But the relationship was violently abusive, and they divorced in the 1970s. She embraced Buddhism and launched a solo career, landing some of the biggest hits of the 80s.
I think the song sort of really fit a lot of liberated girls. I mean, they're feeling like, yeah, that's right, Tina. What does love have to do with it anyway? You know, I'm going, oh, yeah, that's right. That's what it means. Okay, you know, but in my case, I'm more of a one that I think love has everything to do with everything.
She became known as the Queen of Rock and Roll. In 1984, she told CBS News that getting rock stations to play her music was a challenge.
I had a real hard time because I'm black. In America, radio programmers don't program you as a black person, rock and roll. You R&B. Because of your color.
Turner became a pop culture icon and the subject of a Broadway musical telling her life story. She was there on opening night in 2019 in front of an adoring crowd. Turner spent her final years in retirement in Switzerland. In a statement, her representative said she leaves behind her greatest work, her music. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Boy, that is really the end of an era. And the hair. We were talking about the hair is unforgettable.
She's one of the best-selling female artists in music history, selling some 200 million records. A private funeral is being planned. Really losing a legend.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, coming up next year on Live at 4, a new study is out to tell us what the best cars are for teen drivers.
And then coming up next hour at 5, DeForest saw 56 OWI arrests last year. This year, they've almost surpassed that before Memorial Day. Our Catherine Merck will tell us more coming up tonight at 5.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
You got me.
Tag.
You're right.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
Fry Construction is celebrating 28 years with a big, big, big anniversary sale. Join us to save 28%. That's right, 28%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Act now for 28% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your free consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
New at 5 initiatives to help with child care and paid family leave have been removed from the state budget. We look at the draft proposal and why it was blocked.
We're expecting a cloudy and quiet nights with cool conditions heading into our Thursday for another round of 60s into our Thursday afternoon. But we could see a warm-up later into the week. We'll break it all down tonight at 5.
And ahead at 6, OWI arrests are on track to double into force this year. Find out how police plan to curb this trend tonight at 6.
Giving the old weather satellite a spin, we end up, that's not Miami, is it?
I think it is. Yes, it is.
From where? Orlando?
Boy, that's a gorgeous shot. 80 degrees in Miami today.
All right, Memorial Day weekend signals the start of the summer driving season and an increase in accidents on the road.
Teenage drivers, of course, are at especially high risk, but a new report identifies vehicles that can help keep young drivers safe.
Christine Lazar reports.
When Pat Georgides' daughter got her license, he had a backup camera and parking sensors installed on her 2006 vehicle.
Being a first-year driver, you never know what's going to happen. Their lack of experience is always an issue.
The CDC says teenagers are 3 times more likely to be involved in a fatal accident compared to older drivers. That's why experts say car safety is key.
So we tried to come up with a list that met a pretty high level of safety, reliability, and we tried to pick vehicles that were reasonably affordable.
David Zuby is with the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, which teamed up with Consumer Reports to create a list of recommended vehicles. There are 62 used and new cars ranging in price from $6,600 to almost $40,000. All the vehicles protected drivers during crash tests and are equipped with electronic stability control, which can prevent an accident. The new vehicles on the list also received a good rating because their controls are easy to use.
Cars have gotten so technologically complicated that we don't want ones with difficult controls that may distract a young driver from the task at hand of driving.
Parents searching for a car are finding higher prices, which exploded during the pandemic. But experts say spending extra for a safe vehicle is money well spent. Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Wise words indeed. Well, the planting season is in full swing and there's little or no rain in sight. It's time to talk agriculture and you can get in on the conversation.
Look who's here today. Farm Director Pam Yankee. Hi, Pam. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
She's back with us in the studio. If you have a question for Pam, call now, 608-270-9933. We'll take your calls when we come back.
Parker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Parker Heating and Cooling.
This is the house that angels built.
Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care, a framework for living well, windows to take in the beautiful future, and it's crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
It's Steinhaffel's Memorial Day sale. Right now, save up to $900 on Beautyrest adjustable base sets. Beautyrest Queen mattresses start at only $399. And when you upgrade to a Beautyrest Black, you'll get $300 in Steinhaffel's cash and a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beautyrest Black Queen mattresses start at just $44 per month when you use Steinhaffel's special 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
George uses AT&T. Anthony has Spectrum One. With AT&T, George pays $55 for internet and $75 for his unlimited extra mobile line.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Anthony gets internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and mobile for $49.99 a month. Go to spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save. Get Spectrum internet for only $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Visit spectrum.com/save more or call 833-714-4999 today.
Start your staining project and get 11% off everything at Menards. Weather Screen is a water repellent deck stain that provides a mildew-resistant coating. Right now, a gallon is just $28.47 after rebate. Ultra Advanced is a stain and sealant-in-one that can be applied to damp wood, allowing you to clean and stain your deck in one day. Pick up a gallon for only $34.49 after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Yeah, so far we're looking good with traffic-wise. Just a few slowdowns, really your typical area, but no incidents to speak of in the Beltline right now. So go to Mount Horeb, everything is still looking good with no issues. And up to the north towards the Dells, we're also looking at pretty good too. Overall, even to the Janesville area, no issues to be on the interstate to that area. Otherwise, looks like a nice quiet evening with just some northeast winds going on and temperatures in slowly falling down to the 60s, 40s overnight. But definitely watch for Friday morning. That could be a chilly one, you guys, back in the 30s.
All right. Thank you, Greg. The fabulous farm babe, Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report, is with us today live in the studio.
Peapod is here.
Spuds. Yeah. Oh my God. It feels like it.
Well, we talked on the news show.
Well, yeah, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
If you have a question for Pam, it's a great day to call in. The phones are wide open. 608-270-9933.
So planting's underway.
Yeah. In fact, I would venture to guess a lot of the Channel 3 viewing area is getting pretty close to done, and we're into alfalfa. You know, we were talking about this cooler weather that's coming up, and it is going to be an issue. We did a story at Midwest Farm Report with Philippe Cocard up at Wollersheim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He lost 80% of his red grapes in that cool snap that we picked up back in April.
Wow.
So it's not going to impact the availability of Wollersheim wines this year, but he said next year the reds, the estate wines, are not going to be available. Wow. So this weather is something that people have to get a hold of. We're also starting to watch things like apple blossom development and strawberries and all that rest of that stuff. So I'm going to be very curious to hear about that, the overnight lows.
How low is dangerous?
Well, I need my apple
freezing.
people to, yeah, right. And there's obviously some mechanisms that we can put in place to try to control some of that. But still, overall, I'd say that we don't want to get much below about 38. or we're going to have some damage.
We're going to be in big trouble, too, if we don't get some rain
Well,
soon, right?
you know, I can hear my farmers saying, hang on, I'm not done yet. As soon as that last bag is in the ground, then go ahead and bring us rain. And guys got a lot of hay down, and they don't want that to get rained on either. So I understand that there's already some concerns about what's happening with rainfall patterns, but let's tap the brakes just a little bit. I heard the conversation about drought. Right now, Wisconsin's in pretty good shape
we're not in a
compared to
drought right
everybody
now.
else.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's what's going on with milk prices. They've been going up and down, and there's so much milk out there.
Well, there is. That's just the problem. You know, I've been reporting that Wisconsin has been flat as far as milk production, basically for the last year. We've got about 5,000 fewer cows out there than we had a year ago. I got a question, an email from a Channel 3 viewer that said, you know, what are they doing to these existing cows? Are they feeding them something, or, you know, they giving them supplements? Quite honestly, it's the genetics that we have in our dairy cattle now. It's also the outstanding care that our dairy farmers give to them. I mean, the air conditioning will be kicked in next week so that they're comfortable. The sprinkler systems get turned on. They receive around-the-clock care, and so all of that is paying dividends by fewer cows, as much or a little bit more milk. We're really seeing big areas of milk production like down in Texas, and unfortunately in Texas there's a lot of places where they're dumping milk. It's not making national news, but there's not a place for that milk to go, and it's too expensive for us to bring it into other areas, and we don't need it in Wisconsin, that's for sure. So, and for the forecast, we're going to have to ride this out until probably at least fourth quarter.
Really?
Do I ever come in here bouncing and happy joy? Well, this is the greatest thing in the...
You do when we don't talk about milk. When milk comes up.
I try to find those positive subjects instead of the death on fire. But like I said, a lot of this is all still in development as far as those specialty crops are concerned. So we'll just have to wait and see what transpires.
Let's go to Bill in Oxford. Hi, Bill. What's on your mind?
I was wondering if the Michigan cherry crop has been affected by the weather this year.
You know, I have not, so far, my Door County people have mitigated any of the kind of erratic weather because of Lake Michigan. So my assumption is going to be that Michigan has probably done the same thing on the other side. I've got one of my former assistants is in Michigan, and we were just texting yesterday, and he hasn't brought anything up. So I'm hoping that they're not only their cherry trees, but they've got a lot of other specialty crops in Michigan that they're trying to manage. I'm hoping that the lake effect has prepared and protected them.
They're doing tart cherries as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got a couple different varieties of cherries. They really do a lot of different fruits and vegetables in Michigan. That's the only place where I've ever seen a commercial asparagus picker. It was the craziest looking thing.
A machine?
A machine. It was the craziest looking thing. See, I'm all. You travel with the farm, baby. You're going to learn all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay, we don't have any calls right now, so we'll just move along. I guess we can wrap it up. We just told everything we're out of time, so that's
Thank you,
perfect.
mighty voice from the stall.
The stall.
The stall.
All right, Pam, thanks for coming out.
My pleasure, guys. We'll get together.
All right, lots to talk about. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Did you leave the lights on?
No.
What the?
I'll go check it out.
I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Feldco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
The new T-Box Event and Dining Room with private bar is there waiting for you at Vitense Golfland. 2 large HD TVs are available for viewing, meetings, and casual gatherings. Private bar is available for any type of event. No meeting can compare with adding activities at Vitense Golfland. Enjoy indoor-outdoor miniature golf suites, and golf and multi-sport simulators. Add chocolate shop ice cream. As our sign says, ice cream solves everything. Infuse life and fun into your meetings and events at Vitense Golfland.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle.
Not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin.
With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Child care and paid family leave, two issues at the center of the state budget. Will Keneally breaks down the proposal initiatives and why they were removed by Republicans. Coming up in just a few moments.
If you struggle to keep tabs on the service fees you pay, you're not alone.
There's just too much to keep track of.
News 3 Now answers a call for action with strategies to help make sure you don't get charged more than you owe. Tonight at 6.
Yeah, we're looking at really nice conditions this evening with a little breeze out of the northeast and then temperatures falling back into the 50s. Tomorrow, cooler, upper 60s near 70, warmer to the southwest, cooler to the east of Madison, and then we'll have to keep an eye on temperatures drop into the 30s in some areas come Friday morning, especially as you go further north, so something to keep an eye on. Otherwise, we'll have dry conditions pretty much throughout the extended with getting back into the 80s with some 90s coming next week, you guys.
Wow. Good sleeping weather tonight, though.
Yeah, very good.
All right, thank you, Greg. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, the director of the Marquette Law School poll, that's Charles Franklin. He'll join us to break down his latest poll numbers.
And Dr. Zorba Pastor will be here with the latest medical news, and we'll be taking your medical calls live. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale. Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings. Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And a Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale. Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings. Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
In today's Final Touch, a Britpop superstar made a surprise stop at a Florida high school.
And what resulted was a jam session for the history books. Here's pop superstar Ed Sheeran crashing a Florida high school band practice and jamming out with the student musicians. But the surprise didn't end there. Sheeran came bearing gifts, guitars, and concert tickets to his sold-out show. The Grammy Award-winning artist sang his song Perfect before handing out and snapping pics and signing autographs for the starstruck students. He even performed an impromptu duet with one of the other band members before he left. What happened to school today?
Right.
All right. Pretty amazing. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.